Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be building a real-time application, group chatting application like Omegle clone in Socket.io, Express and Node.js. So basically here you can upload images and also chat at the same time. So multiple people can join this group chat here. This is public chat here. So we will be building this inside Socket.io. So Socket.io is a special library in order to build real-time application. This is the official website of Socket.io. If you want to read more about it, you can go to this website. So let me just show you the demo of the application that we will be building in this app in this video. So this is one client here. I can copy this address. This is running on localhost here, localhost 3000 port number. I can open a new tab here. And here I can again open this tab here. In the next tab you will see there are two tabs out there. You can see there are two tabs out there. So let me just close all the tabs and show to you how it looks here. So let me open one other window here, and again I open the same thing inside localhost 3000. So you will see simultaneously three people are connected here. Let me put this window side by side so that you can better understand what I'm talking about. So basically you can just uh, consider these three windows to be three different people remotely connected through one application. So basically, let me resize this window. So now I will show you, if I upload an image here, it will real time show in all the three windows connected here. So whenever you go to this application, whenever you reload, it will basically ask for your username inside group chatting application. So here you can provide any username. Let's suppose I provide John here. So John will be set as your username. Once again, if I reload here, I can put another username, which is Latham. Again, if you refresh here, again you can put another username, which is Suraj. Click OK. So now if I enter any sort of message here, if I click send message here, let me just see what is. Oh, sorry, we need to make this change here. Sorry, guys, let me just make this change. So this is, we need to go to index.html here. So we need to make this change here, which is to this. So just make this change, guys. So again, if you open this window here, if I once again write this message here, click on send message. So for this, I need to restart the application. So once again, it is listening on port 3000. So once again, it will ask for the username. Click OK here. Again, reload it. Again, it will ask for the username. So the username is set. Now we can enter message here. So you will see as I type here, it will, and the username was set as John. So as I type this message, it is reflected in all the three windows in the same time. This is real-time application, group chatting application. So you will see these are the text messages I can send. Now if I send it from the second window, this Latham is set here. So you will see the username will be Latham here. You will see. Now if I chat from the third window, this is Suraj which is chatting here. So now you can see it is just the real-time application that you see. I have not implemented any sort of database. It is just storing these messages inside local storage, and we are retrieving it from the history. We are just looping it and displaying the old messages. So basically, if you reload the application here, so the data will not be gone. If you join it with the other username, which is Tom here, click OK. So now you will see all the old messages will be reflected back. If you can just chat here, you will see Tom will be reflected here like this. So this is persistent data. I am not using any sort of database. I'm just using local storage in order to retrieve all the old messages. So you can just chat like this here. So all the old messages will be there. So you will see. So once you restart the application, all the data will be gone. But as you are inside the application, if you want to reload it, all the previous messages will be shown. Now this is same for the image as well. So basically I can choose any sort of image here. Uh, Let me upload this image. So you will see at the same time as I upload this image, it is reflected in all the three windows here. So I can change this image to whatever image I choose here like this. So you will see this image will be reflected here in all the three windows. This is called real-time application. So all the three clients are connected with each other. So basically whatever you upload any sort of image, it will be reflected in all the clients which are connected inside the application. So basically this you can consider one socket, this you can consider second socket, and this is three socket. So socket.io connect all the clients which are connected to a single application, and this makes your real-time chatting application. So we will be building this application from scratch. I will be showing you all the concept that I use inside this application. We have used Express, Node.js, and we are using socket.io to build this application. So I can now close the window here. All the source code regarding this application will be there inside video description. I have given the link in the video description of my blog post. You can go to that link if you want to get all the source code. So let me show the blog post here. It is Omegle kind of application, so that is why I gave the title Omegle clone. So in Omegle website also you chat with random people. So also we are connecting random people. So that is why I named this as Omegle clone. So you will see, you can read, you can get all the source code. So just copy the source code here. And at last you can also go to my GitHub repository. This is a GitHub repository here. Simply you can download the zip file, and or you can also clone it as well. So now to get started, I can stop this application, and we can create a new directory here, which is Omegle clone. I can, sorry, make directory Omegle clone, cd into this directory Omegle clone, and you will see it will have created this directory Omegle clone here. So now for the very first thing we need to do is that we can create the package.json file npm init-y. So as you will see, this has created the package.json file. This will create, this just contain the basic information about project, which is name of the project, version, description. And we can now install our dependencies, which is express, socket.io. That's it. So these are the two dependencies we will need here. Express is our server, and socket.io, which it will make real-time chat application. After that, also install NodeMon globally inside this by using -g. This will restart the application whenever we make any sort of changes. So I have already done that. So now inside this directory, you can make your index.js file here. So you can bring your express module by require statement, and also we will create HTTP server. So require the built-in HTTP module of Node.js. So now to create the server, we can make server variable, and this contains HTTP module contains create server method, which is used to create our server. So here we need to pass the reference here, so we can create app and initialize it to express reference here. We can pass this reference. If you go to the video description, if you see, let me just see how it is done. So yes, we need to pass this reference inside this create server, and after that we can require socket.io. like this. We need to require it, socket.io, that's it. And then once again, what we need to do is we need to create IO variable, and here we need to pass server. Sorry, this needs to be new. We are creating a new reference of server here, which is, and then we are passing our Express app. So this is the way by which you can use socket.io. This is a basic implementation inside Node.js application. First of all, you require the HTTP module, built-in HTTP module. You create a server, pass your Express app here inside it, and then you include socket.io, pass your app variable. Sorry, this needs to be server, your actual HTTP server. That's it. You are including it inside your socket.io. So that way all the things are really connected here. Now we can say input output connect. So connect is, sorry, connect, let me just see what, uh, so yes. So we need to start our server here. So we can declare the port number variables. So process.env.port. If the port number, if you're running it locally, then we can run it on 3000 port. So then we can say app.listen. We can pass the port number, and this will be the callback function, which will be app is listening on port, this port, sorry, 3000. So you will see, sorry, this needs to be server because our server reference is this. This needs to be server, not app. So after that, we can say app.get. So whenever we load the page for the very first time, we need to show the user some file here, which will be response.send file. And here we can pass here dir name, and here we can pass index.html. So we need to create this index.html in the same directory. So create index.html, and this needs to be, you can create, change the title, which is Omegle clone group chat with image upload. So you can just have a heading here, which is Omegle clone. That's it. So now if you run the application by simply run nodemon, name of the file which is index.js, app is listening on port 3000. So if you go to this localhost 3000, you will see Omegle clone is there. We are loading this template here, which is this template simply. Now guys, we will implement the socket.io implementation, which is very easy. We have declared input output variable. This will be connect. So basically it contains the method here, which is connect. If you go to the video description, sorry, this needs to be input output dot on. So whenever this contains some event handlers, so whenever you are connected here, this needs to be socket. So whenever, as I already told you, a single window represents a socket. So whenever socket, a single socket is connected, this connection event will fire automatically. So this will contain properties about the user, which is in this case is socket. So we can print the information about the user inside socket here. So once again, if you reload the application, you will see in the console here, all the information regarding this user is printed out. This is the socket information. All this information is very much necessary. So you can see this is the information about that single socket and client, which browser the user has using Mozilla. You will see which connection is there, which all the cookie information, browser information is present inside this. You will see localhost 3000, all that stuff. So we can just delete this statement. So what we want is that, first of all, we can say inside, we can set the username. First of all, we can set username. So To set the username, it is pretty simple. Here, first of all, we can include jQuery and bootstrap CDN. So we can go to w3schools.com and grab the CDN here. Simply, you need to copy this CDN, and just after the body, paste the CDN. And same bootstrap, select bootstrap and get started. And you will need the CSS CDN, just a one CSS. Simply copy this, and after the title, paste it. That's it. Now for setting the username, it is pretty simple. We will use our window.prompt method, and here we will say enter the username for chatting. Let's suppose, and whenever this will be a prompt here, whenever the user enters here, this will be stored inside username variable, and basically we can console log the username, just the username which the user enters. If you once again reload the application, you will see enter the username for chatting. If I enter John here, if I inspect element, go to console, you will see John will be printed out. Now we are successfully grabbing the information that the user has entered. Now we simply need to send this information to the Node.js socket.io server. So this is pretty simple. We can say socket dot, but first of all we need to set this. We also need to include the script tag, which is socket.io dot socket.io.js. So this file we need to include it because we are using the socket.io library. So basically this file is there. We have included the socket.io module, we have installed it. So if you go to this route here, which is socket.io slash socket.io.js, so you will see this is the socket.io library present here. This contains all the source code here of this library. You can also open this URL locally here, localhost 3000 slash socket.io slash socket.io.js. This will be present inside your local system as well. So we have included the script tag here, which will be including the library. Now we need to make the socket variable and input output dot connect, and here we need to pass nothing here. We are connecting locally. So after making this socket variable, now we can use this socket variable to emit information. So basically emit is the method by which we can send information to the server. So we will send this username event here, and we can pass the username which the user has entered. That's it. Now to catch this, it is pretty simple. So we can catch this by using socket, sorry, socket dot on username. So basically we are saying whenever you send this event, which is the username event here, we are catching it by using on method, and this contains the data here. So we can say data which the user has passed. So we can simply console log the username. In this case, we can say not data, just the username to better understand. So you will see now the application is connected here. The client is connected to the server. The client is emitting information whenever the username has been entered. So I can reload the application. The NodeMon server will automatically restart it. You will see whenever I entered the username John, if I click OK, you will see in the console John is printed out. So we are successfully interchanging information between client and server using socket.io. This is the way by which you can do it. And once again, we can also have a method here which is socket.disconnect. So whenever you disconnect from the user, then also we can say, so let me just see. If you go to the video description, socket.disconnect, so you can see inside this, we can print out on the console that user disconnected. That's it. So whenever, let me just show you the applicability of this. You will see whenever I disconnect, you will see in the console the message should print. Why it has not printed out? Let me just see. When I need to restart the application for this. If I go to localhost 3000, if I close the window, you will see user disconnected. So basically the disconnect event will automatically fire whenever your client is disconnected, whenever client closes out the browser window. So this information will print out here, user disconnected. This is the event. So now guys, we need to set the username here. So we can first of all check if the username, if the user has entered any sort of username or not by equal to. This is a if condition you can just write here. If the username is also null, in that case also, we can set the default username or we can set automatic username for the user. So username is equal to, we can use the random method which is available inside our browser window. So let me just grab this code here. So you will see, let me just copy it. You can also go to the video description and follow along. All the source code will be there inside video description. So you will see we are using the floor method here of the math class. Then we are randomly generating a number in between 1 to 1000. So automatically it will generate random numbers. And after setting it, we can set the username like this. So, so if the username hasn't entered anything, in that case, we can automatically generate the username value for us. So this is pretty simple now. We can also console log this value as well. If I reload, so basically if I doesn't enter anything, click on OK, you will see inside our inspect element, assignment to constant variable. Oh, sorry, let me just change this to let. We can't change constant variable, so just change this to let variable. Click OK. And if I click OK, doesn't enter anything, you will see the user is generated here, user 484. So we are automatically generated a random username. And inside this also it is printed out user 484. So the username is randomly generated. So first problem is solved. Now we need to create our chatting application. For that we can, I will not write the HTML guys. You can download all the source code. The link will be there inside video description. This is just bootstrap here. So I can just copy this and paste it here. The HTML is pretty simple. I will just explain you the JavaScript part. So this is all the basic markup language here. You will see H1 is there, live real-time group chat about images. Then we have choose image button where the user can select images only. Then we have a image tag where we can preview the image, display the image which the user has uploaded through base64 code. Then we have a text area where you can chat online with your friends. All the messages will be displayed. Then we have a simple input text field where you can enter your message. Then we have a simple button of send message. If you reload the application, you will see this is the basic markup here. You will see choose file where you can select your images. Then we have simple input field and a button. So now you will see none of the things are working here because we need to write code. So now to first of all we will uh, do for the button here. So whenever we click the send button, we need to do something. So first of all we will tackle the problem of this in order to preview the image. So we have given the ID to it. You will see we have given the ID of file here. So we can preview the image like this. Let me just copy this code here. Just paste it here. Paste the code. So this code is responsible for preview the image. using base64 code in browser. So basically we are not uploading this image to the server, we are just previewing it inside real time using base64 code using socket in socket.io. So paste this code here, you will see we have given the ID file. So whenever the change event is triggered, this automatically this code will execute. We will read the base64 code of the code here, and then we will. So this code is very much important. Let me just delete it. So the base64 code is ready here, guys. I can console log the base64 code inside the browser. So you can just copy this code. This is the code responsible for generating the base64 code in the for any image. So let me refresh the application here for you and go to inspect element. If I select any sort of image here, let's suppose I select this image and I can go to console, you will see this is the base64 code. This is a long garbage code here, random characters. So this is called base64 code. So data.image, that stuff. So now we need to send this base64 code to the socket.io server. Send base64 code of image to Node.js server in socket.io. So as I already told you, in order to send it from the client, we will use the emit method. So this will be, we can give the base64 code of image. This is the name we can give, and then we can pass base64 string. That's it. Now we can catch this inside our browser. Simply, oh sorry, server socket.on base64 code of image, and here we can say base64, and then we can console log inside the server here base64. That's it. So this will do similar, guys. If I upload any sort of image here, upload this image, you will see in the console here the base64 code is printed out. Now it is a matter of fact we can again send this base64 code from the server to the client once again. So this is pretty simple. We can use socket.emit here. So we can declare a variable here, let base64 code. The value is empty right now. So we can say base64 code is equal to base64. That's it. So we have declared the variable here inside our server here. The initial value is empty. So whenever we are getting the base64 code, we are just initializing it the dynamically through this variable. Now we can send this code back to the client. This is pretty simple, guys. This is a very important thing. We are sending this base64 code back to client. So again, we will use the emit method, socket.emit base64 code of image, and we will send it base64 code. That's it. Now we need to catch this event inside our index.html, guys. So what we can do is that we can say we will catch base64 code of server in client. So this is pretty simple. We again use the on method, socket.on base64 code of image. So this will be base64. So we can we can just attach the image here, which is attach image or preview it inside the browser. So this is pretty simple, guys. We have the image tag ready here. So let me just show you how it is done. It is pretty simple. After this, hmm, where is it is socket.io. Let me just see. Yes, socket. Yeah, this is the line we need to write, guys. It is pretty simple. So we have given the image element. You will see we have given the ID to it of img. So we can get element. We can use this method, get the reference of the image element by its ID, and then we can manipulate the source value and attach this base64 code. That's it. This is a simple way by which you can preview the image using base64 code in socket.io. we will see we can attach. Let's suppose I preview this image, you will see nothing is displayed. Let me see here why it is not displaying here. Mm, attach, let me just see yours. Base 64 code. Just wait guys, I'm just checking it why it is not displayed it. Let me just refresh the application. Let me just check why it has not displayed it. Just wait guys, I'm just checking why it has not displayed it. Document dot base 64 code. We are emitting it and we are inside the server file. This is a server file, so we are emitting the image. Oh, this is a line guys, we need to input dot sockets dot emit. So we have made a mistake inside our index.js. This is a server file. So here we need to bring this line inside this event function. So we need to move this line here. So this is the problem. We are writing outside it. So that is why it was not executing it. And here we need to emit here. We need to send back this code inside this block to client, the base 64 code to all the sockets. So now to send to all the sockets except we will use input dot sockets dot emit the event. You can just say base 64 code of image and then you can send base 64. That's it. Or base 64 code. That's it. So basically now it will send to all the sockets. This will make it as real-time application. So now we are just expecting this base 64 code here by this socket.on and displaying it using this image tag. So once again, if I refresh it, now it will display it. So if I select this image, now you will see it will display this image here using base 64 code. If you open this image, you will see this is the base 64 code is there inside this browser here. So every image has its own unique base 64 code. So this is a way by which you can upload images by without having to upload it to a database. So once again, if I open it, a new window here, a new tab here, localhost is. If I change this image, let's suppose if I change this to any image of my choice, other image, sorry, this image, you will see it will also be reflected back here also. So this is making it as real-time application. This is I meant by this. So now the image is automatically uploading here. So now we need to make sure that we send out the messages as well. So we have given the ID to, if you go to the video description link here, mm, now we will make sure we have given the button ID here, which is, you can see button here, we have given this ID button. So we can write now the code whenever we click send message button, we will execute the code here. Document dot get element by ID button, and we will attach the event listener, which is click. So whenever we click the send message button here, we will execute this callback function here. So first of all, we need to grab the message that the user has entered. So for that, it is pretty simple. We have given the ID to this input field here, which is message. So we can get the value, which is again by using document.getElement by ID. You can also use jQuery, but I am not using jQuery. Value like this. We can store this message value here like this message. And then we can send out this again socket.emit message, comma message. That's it. Now to receive this value inside our server, it is pretty simple. We can say socket dot just above this socket dot on message. So the data will be there, or we can say message. And then once again we can use input output sockets dot emit. We will emit to all the sockets here. We can say the event will be again message, and then we can simply say message. So that's it. Now once again we need to cache this message which will be there. So we can say socket dot on message. Whenever the message has come from the server, we can display it in the server here. So we have given the text area. You can see we have given the text area chats here as its ID. So we can attach this value. So it is pretty simple. If you go to the video description link, I have shown you how it is done here. So we will use the append method here. So we can use append method like this. After that, we will have the new line character here. So every other message will be there inside new line. So once again, it will automatically reload. You will just reload the application, put our username, and now we can put some messages here. So you will see it is not reflected back here. Let me see why it has not done. So the messages, you can see it is printed out inside here, but it is not uh, socket.on. We need to, so inside the server, I think we need to check the server here. So I think we need to reload the application for this. So inside the server, you will see we are emitting this input output dot sockets dot emit. The event name is message, and we are sending the message. So here we are catching the message here. You will see socket dot on. Okay, let me see here. Socket dot on message. Let me just see if it is working or not. If I send a message, it is not reflecting here. Let me see here why it is not. Let me just copy all this code here, guys, to show you what is happening here. You can just copy it, copy the whole source code here, copy it and paste it here. Document socket.emit. Yes, let me just see. Socket.emit message, and here we are catching it using append method. So let me see if if we have this is the text area. Just wait, I'm just checking what mistake I'm doing here. So this video may be long, so keep watching this video. You will be getting a lot of info about how to live code a real-time application. So don't just see that I'm making mistake. Mistakes can happen. Message dot value. So, oh, I think we have made this mistake. Socket dot. We can just console log here if we are getting the message inside the browser or not. So once again, it will reload the application for us. If I, you will see now we are getting the message here, but we are unable to print it. So I think this line is creating the problem here, because why it is not. We are using jQuery. Oh, you can see guys, we have given IDs as chats here. It is currently hidden, so we have, oh sorry, this needs to not hidden. So I have attached a hidden attribute to it, so that is why it was not showing up. So just remove this hidden attribute. Now once again you can reload your application. That is why it was not showing up. You will see this is our text area field right now. If I send out a message here, you will see this message will be printed out. You can see on the next line. So you can send unlimited messages right now. You will see all these messages will be there printed out. So if you connect two windows at the same time, you will see if you send out the messages in the next window, it will be reflected here also. So just remove the hidden attribute. I will make update the code in the video description. So we also need to attach the username, from which username the message is coming from. So for attaching the username, it is pretty simple. Whenever we are sending this message to the client in the server, we itself need to attach this. So basically what we can do is that we can have messages as a empty array, and we can push the property here. So if you go to the video description link, you will see the code which is required for this. So whenever you set the username here, inside the username here, we can set this value here, which is socket dot So we can set this value to be socket.username property to be equal to username. So whenever you are setting the username, you are setting this property, which is socket.username. So now this property will be available to all the events out there because socket is available as a global property. So now we can use this property here. So messages is an array. So we can write this property here like this. So we can push the entry inside the array. First, the username will be there, so socket.username, and then we can concatenate using colon symbol followed by the message. That's it. Now, instead of passing message, we can pass the whole messages array. So we can write the same line, socket.username, like this. Now we can catch this. So inside the client, we don't need to make any sort of change in the client. So if you reload the application now, so whatever username you set here, again refresh it. So let me enter the message. You will see this username will be set here. And with this, if you set here, you will see like this. So whenever you don't write anything, the username will be automatically reset to the random username will be generated out. So you will see how it is doing this. So it is pretty simple. We also need to clear out the input field whenever you click send message button. It is pretty simple. After this, we can say document dot get element by id message value will be empty. So this will clear out the input field. After that, you're sending out the message. You will see. So almost the application is complete. So one thing is missing here. So whenever you reload the application, you don't see the previous messages. So this is the thing out there. We need to fix this problem. So for storing the reference of messages, we will make another event here, which is listening for the old messages. So if you go to the video description link, so basically we will so in order to display the old messages, we will have the array out there. So inside the client, what you need to do is that as you're displaying the simple messages out there, we need to copy paste this line. So this will be holding for the old messages. So simply you are populating the user browser here by using this line. Again, we will be using the append method to display the messages by using new line character. So this client work is there. For images also, you will have old image for displaying the old images which are previously there by using this. So the client work is complete. Now coming back to the server, it is pretty simple. For storing the base64 code, you can see we have declared the variable out there which is currently empty. So whenever we upload the image out there, we are storing this inside our base64 code. So we can emit the event out there, which is emit old image. So whenever a new client is connected out, this event will automatically fire, and it will be, if the image is not present, if the new client is connected, the old image would be populated. So we can say base64 code. That's it. So image is fixed here. If you reload the application, so basically, let's suppose one client has already uploaded its image here, and they have sent out some messages. And now the second client is connected for the very first time. So it will see this previous image which is connected here. You will see automatically this image will come as a history. So this is a concept, but the message hasn't come here. You will see the previous messages were there, but it hasn't come. So for fixing this, it is pretty simple. We have the messages array. So whenever we get the message here, you can see we are pushing it using socket.username plus message. So here, when the user is connected for the very first time, we can loop through this array here, which is we can use the for statement for let message of messages, and here we can just emit the event here, socket.emit message. That's it. So basically we will loop through, and we will print out each message which is present inside this messages array. We will emit out, for each iteration we will emit out the event using emit method, and inside the client we can catch this. Sorry, this event needs to be old messages. So this needs to be old messages. That's it. This event name, you can name it anything according to the application. So now the application is complete. You will see if you set the username to, let's suppose, John. So let's suppose we have uploaded an image here. We have sent out some messages here. For this, I need to restart the application. So now you will see, once again, I can open 3 clients here. Localhost 3000. We can set the username here as John here. We can upload the image, send out some messages. So if I open this inside new window, let's suppose Latham here. So the previous image will be displayed here, which is there inside this window. And also you will see the messages, previous messages will be printed out. If I enter this new message here, like this, it will be also be reflected here. So you can also change the username. If you don't enter anything, automatically your username is generated here. If you enter message, you will see user 815. So this is the application, guys. We have successfully built it from scratch using socket.io. This is kind of a group chatting application where you can chat with random people. So this is kind of Omegle clone kind of application. All the source code regarding this application will be there inside video description. You can go to the video description link. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.